Everyone has been talking about the threat of white supremacy in the United States. In fact, even President Trump admits that it's a major problem, which is a pretty big deal. Because that would be like if Hobbs and Shaw spoke out against speeding. Jason Statham came out like, you know what's cooler than driving fast? Going 55 and buckling your safety belt, innit? But even though most people in America have acknowledged the threat, there is one person who still isn't convinced. Fox News anchor and concerned face drawn onto a balloon, Tucker Carlson.
The whole thing is a lie. If you were to assemble a list, a hierarchy of concerns, of problems this country faces, where would white supremacy be on the list? Right up there with Russia, probably. It's actually not a real problem in America. The combined membership of every white supremacist organization in this country, would they be able to fit inside a college football stadium? White supremacy, that's the problem. This is a hoax. Just like the Russia hoax. It's a conspiracy theory used to divide the country and keep a hold on power. That's exactly what's going on.
Wait, what? White supremacists aren't a threat because they can only fill a college football stadium? My man, those stadiums hold 100,000 people. We shouldn't have enough white supremacists to fill a golf cart. That's how many we should have. We're talking about the numbers here. Oh, how many? How many of them are there? White supremacists are like babies on a plane. Even one is enough to ruin your day. And you do notice that Tucker Carlson only gives white terrorists this pass, yeah? Like after 9/11, he wasn't like, Al-Qaeda, please, what was it, like 19 people? Is this a real thing, huh? There's like 19 people. Call me when they can sell out a Knicks game, okay, Oh, and it's especially interesting that Tucker doesn't think white supremacists are a real threat, especially when you look at all the other threats that he talks about on his show.
If you're looking for threats to our democracy, how about Silicon Valley? How did we wind up with a country in which feminists do science? A country where you're afraid to touch other people is a country we don't want to live in. The way we practice immigration has become dangerous to this country. Kneeling during our national anthem, the basic symbol of our country, is an attack on the United States. Almost every nation on earth has fallen under the yoke of tyranny, the metric system.
The metric system. The metric system is a threat to America, but white supremacy is a hoax? Yo, I feel like Tucker Carlson would tell the lamest campfire stories of all time. Just be like, and then she heard a scratching sound coming from inside the door. And when she turned around, it was centimeters. Now, apparently soft-pedaling white supremacy didn't go over well with everybody. In fact, 3 big advertisers pulled out of Tucker Carlson's show after he said that. And something tells me his bosses at Fox News didn't like what he said, because the very next day, he made a surprise announcement at the end of his show.
That's it for us tonight. Tune in every night, 8 p.m. to the show that is the sworn enemy of lying, pomposity, and smugness and groupthink. By the way, I am taking several days off, headed to the wilderness to fish with my son, catch some brook trout. Politics is important. Fishing with your son sometimes more important, so I'm doing it.
Okay. Well, that timing seems suspicious, but who knows? Maybe lots of people leave for fishing vacations on Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. I mean, you never know when the fish are going to start biting. You never know. And I know some people will say, oh, come on, Trevor, this is probably just a coincidence, okay? Just because Tucker said something offensive and then took a surprise vacation doesn't mean these two things are related. Okay, maybe not, but it does seem to happen a lot over at Fox.
Sudden vacation announcements have been a go-to move for Trump TV. Last March, Laura Ingraham announced a vacation after coming under fire for mocking Parkland survivor David Hogg. Sean Hannity went on vacation after advertisers fled over his promotion of a conspiracy theory that exploited the death of DNC staffer Seth Rich. Jesse Waters took time off after criticism over a lewd comment about Ivanka Trump.
If you go in like hard enough, they drop the ball. It's perfect.
Yeah, very good. I'm glad he didn't run him over. Also, I'm going to be taking a vacation with my family, so I'm not going to be here tomorrow and Friday, but I'll be back on Monday, so try not to miss me too much.
Saturday also.
My favorite part is how all the Fox hosts try to casually slip it into random conversation, you know? Sort of like how you used to buy condoms in high school. And just be like, yeah, let me get a bag of the Doritos and also a pack of the condoms. Please get a bag of the condoms. And the cashier's like, Jerry, bring me over a box of condoms for the kid, please. I'm gonna say extra small. So, almost everyone on Fox has had to go on a surprise vacation after saying something controversial. But there's one vacation on Fox that is the greatest of all time.
Bill O'Reilly took what he insisted was a pre-planned vacation after revelations he had settled multiple sexual harassment allegations.
Finally, time to factor tip of the day. Often around this time of year, I grab some vacation because it's spring and Easter time. Last fall, I booked a trip that should be terrific. Not going to tell you where it is. I'll have a full report when I return.
And he never returned.
Oh, man. And he never returned. Doesn't sound like a guy going on vacation. It sounds like a guy who got whacked by the mob. Yeah, let's just say O'Reilly's gonna be going on a permanent vacation. I'm Chris Cuomo. Thanks for watching CNN. I also feel really bad for that one Fox viewer who's still waiting for O'Reilly to return. Because you know there's one person watching TV like, Bill's gonna have so many great stories when he finally comes back. I bet he went to Machu Picchu. Honestly, these emergency vacations have become such a staple for Fox News hosts. I wouldn't be surprised if they had their own travel agency.
Are you tired of the hustle and bustle of being dropped by advertisers? Want to get away because your bosses say you have to? Then you need Fox Vacations, the travel agency for Fox News hosts in trouble. We'll lift you off in the dead of night and bring you to an isolated spot where you can rant in peace. Hang 10 while spreading murder conspiracies. Mock shooting survivors between rounds of beach volleyball. Or just share your views on white genocide with the fish. Plus, call now for our special Forever Vacation. You'll have so much fun, you won't want to go back. Which is great because you can't. Fox Vacations. Relax, this will all blow over.
Have a great trip, guys.